Dominating A&M so bad in the first half that a police officer nearly fought one of the South Carolina players. Dominating A&M so bad in the first half that a police officer nearly fought one of the South Carolina players. As Nick Harbor, he got an 80-yard touchdown, but after he was running up the tunnel grabbing his hamstring, so he was clearly banged up a bit. And when he was going back onto the playing field out of the tunnel, he bumps into that officer, the state trooper, and the state trooper takes exception. He has some words for Harbor. He's yelling at him even though he basically just runs through two players, and this was just a bizarre scenario. I don't know who the officer, the trooper, thinks he is to just yell at the players when he just runs through them, and A&M agreed because they sent the state trooper home and they relieved him of his game day duties. But that's not all. Look at this play. Look at the guy in the all white. He punches that ball out away from Harbor. Now Harbor didn't have time for him because he was worried about the hamstring that he was grabbing at, and in the midst of all this, it was a huge comeback for Texas A&M. They're 10-0, they're 7-0 in SEC play, but some absolutely crazy extracurriculars occurred in this game.
So, I've been seeing a lot of controversy and a lot of disagreements, a lot of people speaking out on the two football players and the state trooper situation. So there was a situation in the college football game the other day where the player ran a touchdown, caught a hamstring cramp or whatever, ran into the tunnel, and the state trooper intentionally and on purpose bumped into these dudes, bruh. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why is this shit new to society, bruh? Why? Why and how is this new to society on how these motherfuckers act towards us? I guarantee if those two football players were white, that shit would not happen, bruh. And like, I just want to say, like, what about the people that don't play college football? Think about all the officers and the troopers and the public servants. Think about how they treat us young black men. Matter of fact, everybody in this culture, think about how they treat us on a daily basis. Now y'all just getting a glimpse of how they treat and how they react to shit. These people antagonize us, racially profile us all the fucking time. You don't have to be a fucking football player to goddamn go through that type of shit. We go through that type of shit every single day. And my thing is, right before I caught that game, I was stopped and racially profiled by Wake Forest Police Department for some bullshit. And then I get home, I see this shit on the screen, bro. It's like, where do we go from here? What are the answers? How do we change this dynamic of how do we come together as a human race instead of being antagonized and treated poorly from these public servants, bro? I just don't get it. So I just want to say, hello, what about us that don't play fucking football? Imagine how these people treat us when there's no camera around. If they do shit like that in a football stadium,